Who's Geoffrey? In this episode, Thomas gets involved into an accident at Brendam Docks, but he doesn't want to take the blame for the accident, so he blames it on a made-up engine named Geoffrey. Everyone wants to know who this Geoffrey character is, but this all goes into catastrophe. Well, the animation is definitely improved and is a lot more detailed than the previous season. The scene with the bouncing balls was quite humorous. I guess the little balls don't like clipboards or mugs of tea.
What happened there?
It wasn't our fault. We were shunted too hard. Well, somebody shoved us.
Wait a minute. Trucks? Acting as if they're behaving? Well, if that's the case, then pigs must be able to fly now.
Oh.
For some reason, Percy has a new voice actor for the UK dub.
Who came over from the mainland?
A big new steamy called Geoffrey.
A new steamy? Wow! But where did he go?
Why's that? I do understand about the US voice actor for Percy. He was also the voice actor for Thomas and Diesel, etc, etc. And he left the team during season 19's production. So I do understand changing the actor for Percy there. But why did they need to change Percy's voice in the UK version? Cause Keith Wickham clearly hasn't left. Well, was Keith frustrated that he had to voice about 2/3 of all the characters on the show? That he wanted to reduce it a little? Who cares? But I will say, Nigel Pilkington does a quite an enjoyable voice for Percy. It makes him sound really cute.
Well, I hear this Geoffrey character is red. In my opinion, there are already too many red engines on Sodor.
Well, that was different. I thought James would be jealous about there being another red engine on the railway or something. And there's too many red engines on Sodor? Wait a minute, let me check. Scarlowy, Rheneas, Winston... No, he's a car. Mike? Well, I'm to assume he's been on the railway for a while before Lost Treasure, so... yeah, him. Harvey? Well, according to the ending theme song, he's classified as red. I always thought he was brown, but... okay, he's red. Arthur? Well, he does sorta have the same color as Harvey, so... I'll classify him as red. Salty? Okay, scratch that, James does have a point. In the scene where Thomas is saying stuff about Geoffrey at Knapford, maybe the Fat Controller could tell that something's wrong with Thomas, because he's clearly stuttering and looking worried.
Can you take me to see him, please?
But I can't do that because, he's hiding.
Hiding? Where?
He's hiding in, Henry's tunnel.
I do like how they are once again referencing a sad story for Henry by having Thomas hiding in Henry's tunnel. Thomas doing his Geoffrey voice was just funny as hell, especially with the expression on his face. Seriously, it looks like he's stoned. Though, to be honest, the US voice is a little bit funnier.
Hello, this is Geoffrey. Sorry I can't come out, sir, but I'm very, very shy.
Is it either illegal to say I admitted it here in the UK and in Australia, or is it illegal to say I owned up in the USA? Or is it both?
No! I admitted it! And you should have admitted it too! No! I owned up! And you should have owned up too!
Okay, I will admit it. Oh wait, I'm sorry. I'll own up. Sorry. Thomas making Geoffrey up and blaming his accident on him was kinda out of nowhere. Well, okay, we all hate to be told off because of something that we did on purpose. But like the fiery Joker said, it's better to admit, or own up to what you did immediately than to leave it until later or make up a reason or excuse to get away from the pain. It's better small pain now than larger pain later. But Thomas had done this accident stick about 100 times before, and unless, say, the Fat Controller gave him one last chance after causing confusion and delay numerous times in the past week, and that he'll punish him badly if he screwed up one more time, like, say, he'll take away Annie and Clarabelle, or he'll lock him up in the shed for a few days, then Thomas would have a slightly better reason to get away from his punishment. It will be ridiculous, but it would still at least be something. Like other cartoons that did this same sort of story, was anyone else expecting there to actually be a big red shy engine called Geoffrey appearing right next to the engines as if Thomas didn't make him up? That would have been a really interesting twist. Or at least better than any twist Shyamalan would come up with. And I do like the final bit at the end with the little bouncing ball. I like it because Thomas actually did learn his lesson this time, and he immediately admits that it was him.
Oops, sorry! That was me!
So Who's Geoffrey is not a bad episode, but it's not quite a good one either. It's just okay. I give Who's Geoffrey a 7 out of 10.
Now, I need to get back to Knapford, Thomas, to buy a new teapot.